So if you guys want to know how I'm getting my blog posts to rank with Google, then this one is for you. I'm going to jump on the computer and show you step by step my process. I just wanted to first say, well, if you don't know who I am, I'm Megan Hernandez. I run the Electric Mommy blog. I'll show you some numbers really quick. I'm at about, I think 70,000 sessions for the last month. And just recently, Google took over as my number one traffic source. It's beating out Pinterest, which was all last year my main traffic source. So I'm tripping out. I can't believe that whatever I'm doing is working on Google. I'm ranking, I'm getting traffic in a space that's really hard to rank, food and recipes. So I definitely don't claim to be an expert, but I am willing to show you the steps that I take because something's working out on my posts and you guys can kind of hopefully learn something from what I'm doing. It's really not that much. I use very basic tools. So don't make fun of me if I'm not doing everything the right way. I'm sure there's more that I could do, but I have a really set strategy that I follow. Again, it's really easy. It's pretty straightforward and it seems to be working. So let me show you guys what I'm doing. Okay, so let's do a blog post. At this point, since I share recipes, by the time I'm going to enter my blog post into WordPress, I have already, made the recipe, created it. I've tested it. I've, actually made it myself and made sure that my instructions are clear and that the dish comes out good. So before we jump into what I do on the SEO side, I just want to stress that your content still needs to be good. If it's not valuable to the reader, then it doesn't matter what you do to rank with SEO. If the readers are not getting anything from it, it's not going to do well. No matter, like I said, no matter what you do on the SEO end, the content needs to be good. People need to like it. They need to engage with it. So whatever your content is, just make sure you did your research and that you're adding as much value as possible. I clicked over to this screen really quick just to show you guys that Google is really my number one traffic source right now, which again, kind of crazy because it used to be Pinterest. So let's get a post started. Like I said, I've already done the recipe, and now the very first part of, the very first step in creating my post is picking a keyword. So the whole blog post is going to be centered around these keywords, which is basically what SEO means. You want to pick some keywords that are highly searched, and you want to put those in your post as much as possible organically, so that Google and other search engines can find it and get it to the people that are searching for it. So I do not use anything fancy. This is kind of crazy. I use just the free tools. I like this one, Uber Suggest, and got to sign in. And like I said, I'm using their free version, which only gives me, I think, two searches every day. What is this? Usually it takes you right over to the keyword page. But anyway, so I went, if it does that, go to their menu, go to keyword overview, and then right here, I am going to put in, just an idea of what my dish is. So it was kind of like some beans, some white beans and chicken sausage. I'm thinking it's basically like a bean and sausage skillet. So let's see. I'm just going to put in white bean and sausage just to start, just to see what comes up. I'll kind of show you how to look at this. Okay, so right here, this number 880 is telling me how much it's been searched in the last month. So that's not super high, but that's also not a bad thing. Look over here. This is going to give you a score on how hard it is to rank. So this is really low. Anything in the green, this is good. This is telling me that, if I use those keywords, it's pretty likely that I could rank. It should be fairly easy, less competition. Like I said, just because it's not getting a lot of searches doesn't mean anything. I mean, that's still decent per month. And if there's not a lot of competition and I'm, making my post with this, then that just kind of means there's more of a chance that I will rank. So I still don't really love this name. There's the overview for what I typed in, but down here, it'll give you some other ideas for what people are searching. So right here, white bean and Italian sausage soup, Tuscan white bean and sausage and kale. And it tells you right here how many times these are being searched in the month too. So white bean and sausage. I like this Tuscan white bean. Okay, so now I kind of have an idea. Maybe for me, I might do Tuscan white bean and sausage skillet. But I'm going to now come over to Pinterest since I still want to rank with Pinterest and Google. For me, when I'm doing my blog posts, those are the two main sources that I keep in mind, because I mean, that's just my focus right now. So I'm going to come over here into search, make sure this is on all pins. And what was I searching? I'm going to see if Tuscan white. Oh, wow. Tuscan white bean soup, Tuscan white bean. I don't know why it's doing that, but Tuscan white bean soup with kale. Okay, so Tuscan white bean is being searched quite a bit. Tuscan white bean skillet. Ooh, nice. Okay, that goes right along with what my recipe is. So this is basically where, I have to pick and choose something. For me, I think I'm going to go with Tuscan white bean. What do I have over here? Oh, yeah, and sausage. Tuscan white bean and sausage skillet, and it's chicken sausage, so I might specify that. So anyways, those words they look like they're being searched pretty often in Pinterest as far as the Tuscan white bean recipes. And over here with sausage added, it's actually still being searched a decent amount. Should rank fairly easily. So I'm going to go ahead. I kind of started this already, but I'm going to start a new one because I picked, that's when it was going to be ground turkey. Okay, forget that because it's chicken sausage now. So I am going to go with Tuscan white bean and chicken sausage skillet because I switched over to that ingredient. Okay, so that phrase right there, Tuscan white bean and chicken sausage, is going to be basically the words that I center my post around. And you know what? I'm actually not sure if I should have chicken in my title here because here, I came back over here and I just really quick searched white bean and chicken sausage, and there's no searches for that. So I'm actually going to go back and take that out. And I'm going to make this title Tuscan white bean and sausage skillet. Now I can specify like in a recipe card or the text in the blog post that it's chicken sausage. I can even use that on my Pinterest images. But for the actual text within the post, I'm very, very mindful of what's being searched. So since the chicken sausage or with the word chicken and there wasn't as highly searched, I'm going to remove that because this still gives people the idea of what the recipe is about. And if they read a little bit more, they'll see that it's chicken sausage. So it's not really it doesn't really throw people off too much. So I have picked my title. We're going with Tuscan white bean and sausage skillet. So now I have my keywords narrowed down. I am going with Tuscan white bean and sausage. Actually, I'm probably going to remove Tuscan. I'm going to set the keywords for this post to be centered around white bean and sausage since that's the one that looked like at least it's got, close to 1,000 searches every month, which again it's not too bad. So that's the hardest part, kind of narrowing down your keywords. I hope that helped and I hope that made sense. I actually kind of just took you along that process with me. But Ubersuggest and Pinterest are just my favorite places to look and search for keywords. They're free, it's easy, and it's been working for me. So now that I have my keywords set, it's time to center the post around these words. So now we have our keywords set and it's time to write the post centered around those keywords. So the first thing I do before I even start my post, I use a free plugin called YOAST SEO. I cannot recommend this plugin enough. I've been using it for a really long time. It's super user-friendly. You just install it, and then this section is going to come up down here, under my post area. You'll see this YOAST SEO section. This is all, from that plugin. And this plugin literally tells you exactly what you need to do in your post. So everything I'm sharing with you is just basically what this plugin has taught me. So the first step is putting in your key phrase right here. So I think, what did I do? White bean and sausage, which I'm really realizing right now I'm putting and here, and I think I did the and sign here, which I don't know if it likes that. I'll switch that. And back down here. Okay, so it's starting off, this is going to either be red, yellow, or green. You want to get to green. Obviously, this means, hey, you got some work to do on your SEO, but we really haven't written it yet. So first step, put your keyword in there. And now what I do next is, since I kind of have the same format for all my recipes, I go in, put this is where the intro is going to be. Here's why You'll love this recipe. I have different sections, like ingredients. Anyways, I set up my sections and then I add my recipe card. I'm not sure if this is super helpful, but anyways, I use the WordPress recipe maker plugin. This is where I go enter the recipe, which again, if you are doing recipes by any chance, this is just another place you want to make sure your keywords are as much as possible. So, you have them in the title of the recipe, obviously. You write a short description of your recipe here. Again, being mindful of your keywords. There, so I kind of set up my little format, I guess. And then I go ahead and write the post. Now I'm always thinking of my keywords. I'm trying to put those in as many places as I can without, it being too much. So I know what's really important is they need to be in your title and they should also be within the first or second sentence of your introduction. And again, I learned this from the YOAST plugin. It'll tell you this. So as I go on with more of my writing, this section down here is going to continue to update. So right now, I put in my key phrase. Down here, I still need to put a meta description. I'll come back to that in just a second. I want to show you this little drop down right here is actually going to break down everything that you still need to do. So it's telling me I need some outbound links. I need to add some images with those keywords, attached. I need internal links. I need to see, again, this is where it reminds you, you need to have the key phrase, which again is just your keywords, in the introduction, in the meta description, which like I said, it's blank still. But right here, this plugin literally tells you everything you need to do to check those boxes to make sure it's as optimized as possible for Google to find you. And you can see down here, as you start hitting the different marks that it wants you to hit, those will turn green. So right away, it likes the length of my keywords. It's not too long. It's nothing I've previously used, which I didn't notice before. I've never noticed that it actually cares about that. And then the width, the length, my SEO title, the SEO title, not just the key phrase. It likes the length of my title. So like I said, as you're kind of hitting these marks up here, these red ones, those will move down into the green area. And at the end of your post, you really just want an overall green score. That just means you've done pretty much as possible to rank with SEO. And one other thing I'm doing that might be helping me, I'm not sure, I make sure to name the files of all my pictures, the title, I name it whatever the keywords are that I'm using. So I make sure that the file names are the same as my keywords. And then I just make sure that that's in the description or the alt text on some of them, but mainly on the title of the images and the file. I want those to be the same as the keywords. But I also think that Yoast might let you know that. It might tell you if you don't have those phrases on your images. I think it does let you know down here, but in case it doesn't, that's just a little tip. Make sure your file names are also the name of your post or your keywords. And if you're using an AI tool to hopefully help you, not do it all for you, then also give it those keywords. Ask it to help you structure whatever you're asking it for around those keywords. So really the biggest thing to take away from just making sure your post ranks is centering your content as much as you can around keywords that are being highly searched and hopefully not in too competitive of a space. This was kind of a perfect example, white bean and sausage. Like I said, it's not a crazy amount of searches it's getting every month, but it's not a terrible amount either. And it's pretty low competition. So I have a feeling this one might rank fairly well. So, and one other thing I like to do, if I remember, a couple days after the post is live, I like to use Google Search Console, which if you don't know what that is, you can look it up. You log in just with the same Gmail or email that you use for Google Analytics. And you can look up, you get so much information about your website. You can look up specific posts to make sure that they have been found and indexed by Google. So I'll show you my most recent blog post, for example. We can look that one up and I can see right away that it was able to find it. The page has been indexed and it can now appear in Google search results. But if there are any problems with the page, it will let you know. And then you can kind of do a deeper dive and drill down into what the problem is. And try to fix that because you obviously want to make sure that Google can find your page. So it's just another tool that I love to use. It also gives you a lot of information about your website, different stuff over here that you should play around with. So that's all of the steps I really take. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing fancy, but something's working. I have so many recipes that are ranking in like the top 3, which I'm so excited about because I'm so much smaller than like the other sites that I'm ranking with. So take what I'm doing. Hopefully some of this will help you. If you have any questions at all, just let me know. Ask away in the comments and I will try to help as much as possible. Thank you so much.